Welcome, everyone. How can I get... I think that means we're live. Welcome, everyone. Means I have to get rid of that. Still learning. I'm still learning. Hi there, 3D printing Viking, 3D print Viking. Hi there, John Mack. Hope you enjoy your dinner. Hope this doesn't ruin it. Doesn't ruin your appetite at all. Hello, Mark Baker. Everybody tell me if everything's working all right. Good, thank you. Just rearranging windows so that I can see everything, more or less. Hang out for a few more minutes and see if anybody else shows up, and then I'll start the process. Okay, that came up on Twitter, good. Hello, Kit. Well, tonight's big project is going to be installing the Wham Bam, which reflects real nice, kit onto an older Duplicator 6 that I bought used to do a project, mostly because the way the bed goes up and down, I thought it would make a good way to do time lapses, and that it was enclosed and I have the lid for it as well, so that I could do small pieces in ABS easily and things like that. So that was the plan. It came with a couple of gouges in the fake tack, Wanhao fake tack that was on it. And after getting tired of working around those, because they were, of course, near the middle, and once I got tired of that, I ripped it off, and then had the opportunity, thanks to someone in the community, to help me acquire a couple of Wham Bam sheets. And so tonight we're going to try and install one in amongst talking and hanging out. So I guess the first thing I have to do is get the door open is I've taken the side panel off on this back side just so I can get in and work around. One of the biggest problems with this design is when all the panels are on it and you got something on that bed, you can't get it off easily. You have to get in there, the usual chisel, dull chisel type thing. And it's just a witch. There's a nicer word than I was going to use. And it's just awful to try and get stuff off, especially small parts. So without breaking them. So unfortunately, I took this fake tack off months ago. So this is going to be just a joy to get off of there. Gonna see what good stuff I got over there that'll eat this. I know it'll do it. This rope won't, but hold on 1 second. That stuff will. Oh, it's time for YouTube warnings and updates. Thanks for everything that's happened in the last hour. Come on. Those are old. Oh, looks like I stomped on llama. Sorry, Tom. I don't know if you guys have ever used this stuff. It's absolutely horrid smelling stuff, but it does take adhesives apart pretty well. It's the stuff that I used to get the PEI sheet off my Mark II one time. So, not a big fan of this stuff usually, but right now it'll do the job. I'm going to do something I never thought I'd do. I'm going to use the gloves that came with the Elegoo Mars printer, because it's too far to run to grab ones from the other room, but this stuff just stinks, so I'm going to use it sparingly. So what's everybody else up to tonight besides dinner for John Mack? How is Borderlands 3? The only thing I played is Gears 5 last week, but what next printer are you going to build, Kit? Well, I'm glad it's the best one. Unlike Call of Duty, where every once in a while they go back and make one that's worse than the last one, and then you're like, I wasted $80 on this. But at least that's how I feel sometimes. Not familiar with a Voron. Yeah, I hate this stuff. But it does the job, I guess. Should have thought of this earlier. Would have found the glue gun and used that. Should have worked too. I watched the video earlier today from Wham Bam, the guy that I guess owns the place. Did a how to install these video. I just kind of skimmed through it fast. And he's like, oh yeah, just wipe with isopropyl alcohol. He doesn't show you doing this part where you have to get off the old stuff. He just shows everything already 3/4 done. And he's like, oh yeah, just do this. And it's like click a mouse and it's done almost. So this is the part that always sucks in these projects. Especially when you have to use the orange oil. Thanks, Amazon. One more pass of this and it should be there. Hi there, CNX Tech. How's things this evening? Thanks for stopping in and joining the fun of watching me try to get the adhesive off the bed, the old adhesive, so I can install the Wham Bam plate. Anybody here ever installed one of these before? Oh, I love the trackballs, man. I've always, and I like that one. It's probably one of the favorite ones I've got. I've tried the wireless one. And this is one of a few that I've got. This one, I got 3 or 4 of them now, but I used to use them a lot more. But down here it was just handy because I had the wireless keyboard, and the trackpads are just really not my thing. They're okay in a pinch, but I'm not a big fan of them overall. So I grabbed this and brought it down. This is the fun part of this orange stuff, is getting the last of the residue up. Be all natural and all that stuff, but yeah, no. Still smells like chemical to me. Well, this wasn't as bad as the adhesive that was on the Mark II. It took days, a lot of bad words, a lot of paper towels. Oh, I'm scraping the old adhesive. The Wanhaos use what we call fake tack, fake bill tack surface, and it was all chewed up. I bought this used, I don't know, a little over a year ago, I guess. And the fake tack had a bunch of dings and rips in it. And I worked around it for a while, kept printing off in the corners and stuff, and I got tired of it and pulled it off. And then did nothing with it for a while, got busy with other things. And then bought the Wham Bam flex plate to try on it. And I also got one for the CR10S5. But I thought I'd try the small one first, and if I mess this up, it's a small one. It's a lot cheaper to replace. So, because the big one's got a bigger price tag, which makes sense. But this stuff, the adhesive, has been just sitting out in the air for probably 6 months easy, and maybe more. And it's dried out. So the pieces that were left that didn't come off the night I took it off, because I used a heat gun to soften it up to lift it off that night to get the main piece off. And it the pieces that were left are just extra sticky, it seems, but not the worst. So fake tack, in my non-scientific test here, fake tack from Wanhao has lighter adhesive than Prusa's Mark II PEI sheet adhesive. Thank goodness. I think we're close there. Cap this thing, quit smelling it. I think resin smells bad. This stuff's worse. It's like rancid oranges. Maybe that's what it's made of. I'm not sure. So, get rid of those. Now my hands smell like my feet because that's what those gloves do. Microfiber, isopropyl alcohol. Let's see how clean we really got that. Yeah, there's still a piece over there. Just had a thought. I could have taken this bed out because I got to take it out in a few minutes anyways. Next step. So now I've gone from the smell of orange to the smell of isopropyl alcohol. Party time on a Saturday night. And yes, I've unplugged this already. Yes, I've unplugged this already. Yeah, did Scott ever finish his big giveaway 100 item the night that he had the lightning hit? Or it was a lightning hit, wasn't it? I guess he hasn't finished that yet. For me personally, everyone is going to have to make some pretty amazing products to get my attention. I bought a roll of their gold filament, refused their bribe, and said, no, I'll just buy it and test it myself and review it as I feel like reviewing it. And I won't be reviewing it for any reason at all. 1.6 diameter. Yeah, Prusa didn't like that. So they tried to tell me I didn't know how to measure filament. All right. Well, it looks like we got the plate pretty good. Let's make some room here. Sean Butler. Yeah, I hear you. I was lucky. When the gold jammed up in my Mark III, it just did an air print after that. So I was glad that it just got stuck and wouldn't feed anymore, so it didn't have a chance to make things worse. So, Mr. Buttram. How are you this fine evening? Yeah, I think they told everybody that they didn't know how to measure filament for a while. I've heard that their stuff's better, at least that's what the reviews are saying, people that are reviewing it, but I haven't seen a review from one of the people that I'm most familiar with yet, so I'll wait till a few more people review it before I believe that they've fixed their quality control problem. I'm just glad that I didn't end up in the midst of one of their, oh, buy it and we'll give your money back nonsense when you do a good review, because I'd still be out the money. So yeah, people that get stuff free sometimes are a little bit more lenient in their reviews, I guess. Sometimes. It depends. For a $30, $40, I think it's like almost $40 for that stuff. Canadian. Yeah, it should have been a lot better than it was. Yeah, well, apparently, from what it's starting to sound like over the last month, they've really started shipping out better stuff, but pretty sure that Amazon Canada's stock is still mostly the old stuff. So Techie Dad's here as well. Hello. Don't think I missed anybody. If I did, Mr. Buttram will let me know. Well, that's not bad. If you get it for $15 US and it's the right diameter now, that would be nice. But it was like 30 some odd dollars Canadian, 34ish, I think. I can't remember exactly, but so I'm still glad I didn't go for the free version. I'm just gonna remove the bed out of this so it's easy to put this stuff on. I do have to add another monitor down here. I don't know how many of you have used a Duplicator 6. They've can you hear my dog walking around upstairs? They're clicking nails. They use a 3-point bed system, which should be easier to level, but you know, it's all right. And springs are gonna fly. One. Okay, where'd the other one go? They always go really fast. So it's sitting there. It was yelling at me. 3 points do define a plane. You're correct. No, it should be better, but it seems to me that it was a little bit of a trick to get it leveled when I used it over 6 months ago now. It's probably closer to a year since I've used it. I care what you think, Ryan. I care what you think. I really do. That down there. Top old Xbox games. Interesting. Their build or their heating element is screwed onto the bottom. Looks like it's a big printed circuit type idea. Huh. Different. And the thermistor is just taped on, not even in the middle. It's just back by the edge. Not even in the middle. But it's only a 200 by 200 bed. So, you know, it doesn't need a lot. As I should set this so I want it to read later so that I don't mess this up. Put it on. Wouldn't want to put it on crooked. Probably will. It's because I'm fat. If I put it down here, it just takes a beating because every time I look down, one of my multiple chins smacks it and rubs on it. Should I switch to the headphone style one, like the Xbox headphone style? Mike, I can do that. Assuming that it's not too far away behind me. How do I volunteer to do things? It's a white box. I just had it out yesterday. Turn it. Now I'll just switch it. Okay, no audio for a minute, so feel free to have fun. How's that? Is the mic working now? Hello, David. Hear you? Good. For better or worse, you can hear me. If anybody wants to jump into Streamlabs, let me know. I'll send you a link somehow. Probably with Twitter. Little on the loud side. Little on the loud side. Little on the loud side. How's that? Is that better? Well, the other one's way over here, so it makes sense. This one's right in front. Felipe, if I say anything wrong, please correct me. I'm Canadian. I'll use that. All right. So that. Now I'm too soft. I'm too loud. Okie doodle. Mark, you're out west, aren't you? Calgary-ish? There is other content that isn't mic or video related. All right, Ryan, I'm counting on you now because I know you've done these. This is my first hangout time, so don't yell at me. Okay, you're gonna yell really loud if I'm gonna do something wrong, right? Correct. Stuff is really nice and shiny. I'll give them that. They've done a nice job, and they've name branded it quite nicely. So there's their PEX sheet. Again, branded, very nice. No Memorex, Chris. Thanks for stopping in. There you go. It's probably enough people to keep the riffraff out. IPA. And 4 more bottles over there on the floor. Oh, man, there's gloves right there, too. Oh, well. Now I still got that stuff on my hands. You missed the part where I had to use that orange oil stuff that smells so wonderfully not like real oranges. Okay, we already did the wipe with the IPA on this. Now it'll be fine. Oh, it got gooey all right with a wet application. No, not Gooby gone. No, I should have gone to find that. I've got a small bottle of that somewhere, but it's pretty old. No, this is the orange oil stuff that I bought to do the PEI sheet on the Mark II over a year ago. Yeah, it's like Orange Clean, same idea. It's whatever they had on Amazon Canada the day that I needed it. And what they don't tell you is how bad it smells and how long it lingers, and don't get it on your hands because you'll be smelling it for days. So I did wear the gloves that make your hands smell like your feet from that came with the Elegoo. Well, Mr. Buttram isn't yelling, so I guess we're all right. Hey, it fits and everything. What do you know? I've got it lined up so the name will be upside right. And they said to go out from the middle. Don't push down too hard because, Michael, it's sitting on top of a couple of little plastic boxes. We're crooked already. Who says you can't peel it off again? Sure you can. It doesn't even hardly stick at this point. I had planned to use tape to hold that in place for this part. Plans. I'll do it on the next one. Doesn't everybody call them gloves that make your hands smell like your feet? If you sweat long enough, like if you're working, like the place I used to work 30 years ago, we had to wear those most of the time, and they were just awful. You couldn't get the smell of the inside of the gloves off your hands till like almost the next morning. Close enough. I don't want to lift it up too far yet, or else it'll just tilt right off again. I guess I could switch to the top cam so you can kind of see what's going on and see my gut. That's always impressive. I'm sorry if your feet really always smell like your hands, Ryan. Sorry. This magnet seems really like thicker than I thought it was. $46 magnet. Well, not at this size. It wasn't $46, was it? I don't remember how much 200 by 220 by 220 it says. Whatever size said it would fit this thing, and I checked it does. I thought the magnet would be thinner. I had one of the ones from AliExpress that I bought for the CR10 that I've never put on, and it the magnet on it seemed flexible, like stuff you buy at the dollar store for putting pictures up on the fridge, like really thin. So this is the test run to do it at this scale. If I screw this up, it was the cheapest one I bought, so the magnet is the best part of the kit. Yeah, 310 by 310 was expensive. So was the 500 by 500 for the CR10. That's 5. But that's why I'm doing this first. I don't want to screw that one up. At least have a better chance at not screwing it up. For that one, I'll be taking it all apart and doing the bed flat on the table. I'll cut holes in the corner for the screws to go through again if I have to. I think the reason people don't use flexible sheets with clips, Sean, is that you'd still have, like all of this stuff has a natural curve to it. Like it's subtle, but they're not. None of these are totally flat because they all came off a roll at some point. So, but you can. So if you put that down and clip the corners, you'd still have it kind of, having the turn to the camera, silly. You'd still have the bend to it. So I think the magnet just helps keep it flat. Clips would stop it from moving around, but I think that's on there. I don't think it's going anywhere. And hello, Nolan Crate. How are you this fine and glorious evening? I know. Finally, I've been trying to do this for what, 2 years? At least 2 years. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. The clips make the middle of the bed flex up in the middle. That's what I was trying to say. Just didn't get there. All right. I'm gonna hit that with a little bit of this just to, man, that even feels rough. We grow trees in Canada. We have lots of them. Paper towels, the way to go. Yeah, I know. I just squirted some on the floor. You can tell this bottle gets used in the resin stuff a lot. It's just got that sticky feeling to it. Let's see what it does to this. Man, this stuff's messy. No, they're not all maple trees. Actually, yeah, I do have a maple tree in my front yard. It's not mine, though. It belongs to the city. It's their problem. I wish they would come and rake all the leaves and the little maple keys off it. That would be kind of nice. They don't. They barely even pick up the branches when branches fall off of it, or the garbage truck clips it, which happens a lot. All right. Stage 1 accomplished. Thing's got some weight to it. I'll give it that. Those away. Switch back to here. Does it help to switch the cameras like that? If you'd prefer a different views, let me know. I know, I just cleaned it all off. Now I'm just putting my hands all over it again. Thanks, Ryan. I set them up just for you. Yeah, unless there's some of that old adhesive on it on the edge. And then I put the other one on and the thing won't let go again. Nice. I'm playing on the big screen, am I? Are you subjecting your neighbors and the rest of your family to watching me on the big screen? Oh, NLTMW is never let the machines win. Just basically should never give up on this stuff. Just keep fighting until it works, or you just throw it out and just lose it somewhere. But yeah, never let the machines win. Seemed fitting. Didn't have any bad words in it, so. Happy extruder. Wow. Hello there. How are you? Yeah, never let the mics win. Keep going. You can come up with more. I know you can. You have before. Forever, ever. No, the Canadian thing would be, oh, I'm sorry, machines. Yes, you can win today. when I was at Murph, I was very careful to apologize a lot because apparently it's a Canadian thing. Mark knows. And then I say y'all every once in a while just to throw people off. Glasses on, glasses off, glasses on. Hooking the heat bed up will help later, theoretically. Unity. Oh, sorry, I just banged the microphone off the frame twice. Sorry, headphone people. I'm going to pull that thermistor off the bottom, just trying to plug it back in. Yeah, I did move it. Well, it's kind of there. Not in the hole anyway. It's 2 inches short. Guess I should have measured this for flat before I started all this. That was one of the steps I forgot. I brought down the straight edge and everything. But we'll check it now. Look, it's perfect. And it's something's magnetic. Well, it's the bed. Oh, it's a magnet, stupid. I'm blonde on the inside. Of course it's magnetic, dumbass. Yeah. Whatever it is, it is. We'll fix it in post. Fix it in Photoshop. Yeah, I could print directly on the flex plate, but it's just shiny, close to stainless. It's etched. They've done a nice job there. But sorry, Philippe. Did I miss something? Oh, the never let the machines win? Yeah, that's been a 3D printing thing for the last few years. One of my favorite movies is The Matrix, and it's kind of another kind of a takeoff on that too, because couldn't let the machines win there. That would be bad. So it's another kind of angle on that as well. I know. What, they've been just doing hairspray on the flat sheet without putting the pecs on it? Take off, eh? Yes, I don't know metric that well. Metric came in the 70s. I was in, I don't know, grade 4, 5, 6, something like that. And I still do, whenever I travel, I do distance in time because I don't care how many kilometers and miles it is to get there. I care how long I'm going to have to sit in the car and in traffic. And temperature, I still do in Fahrenheit because I grew up that way. So the thermometer in the backyard at my parents' house was Fahrenheit, and it's just always been that way for me. Yeah, resin does change the way you think, doesn't it? Change the way your house stinks too, but other than that, let's use their very nice stamped shipping envelope. One thing I will say for Wham Bam, they ship these really well. They were, I mean, it helps that there's, several steel sheets in there to sandwich it all together, which are all with magnets that help hold it into one group. But they were all packed really nice and with cardboard all around the outside, cut down in so that the biggest one fit in, and then around a couple of the other ones, I think, as well. And it was really, like, when I saw it, it was real thin, like, maybe half an inch thick or a little bit more. And I was like, ooh, this isn't going to be good. But it was really solid without using wood. They just used cardboard and the steel rigidity of the sheets. Man, I'm having trouble keeping up here. Yeah, I'm likely to end up. I'm a big fan of purple glue stick on everything. So when I get frustrated with wonder surfaces that don't seem to do what I think they should, and I've invested enough time in them one night, I usually end up just pulling out the glue stick. I know, sinner, but gets the job done. And that's usually my goal, is to get it to work. Oh man. I run my resin, my Elegoo Mars units in my second bathroom down here because it's got a exhaust fan. The upstairs one doesn't. And if I don't, if I go to work and I don't leave the fan on all day, and I come back and it's pretty thick in there, even if they aren't running, if they're just sitting there. One of them, the vat's open right now, but the other one's got a cover on it, but it really doesn't help that much. Okay, so I touched it there. That's where it won't stick. So just touch it there. All right, here comes the big test, because you're going to see all the air bubbles in this one. Get too many windows open, man. Wham, wham, wham. Is Wanhao doing well with FDM right now? I don't know. This one's, I bought it used like a year ago, maybe. Is this PEX stuff? Is it as thick as it feels? I can coax the arrow, coax the arrow up. Wow, interesting. Have they said what this stuff is, like chemically? Like, is it, what's it close to? Is it just PEI with a little bit of X, with an X on the end instead of an I? Oh, the third screen is a is it even on? Yeah, it's on. That's a here, I'll turn this around. It worked better earlier when I had that in a different spot. It's a microscope camera, just a USB microscope camera, cheap on Amazon, and I've just got it pointed at a plastic part. That would be handy for showing close-ups, prints with bad spots or anything like that. Kind of like that one. That's just a, I think that was done on the CR10. It's a extruder cover with the filament runout sensor spot on it. But it shows dust really well. I know that. PEI Extreme. That's creative. Flux capacitor, excellent. Yeah, that's true. You do have to rough it up a bit. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I was running later tonight. I had to go find that little plastic bag with the steel wool upstairs where I unpacked this stuff weeks ago. All right. I like the way the guy in the thing is like, oh, yeah, you don't want to get any dust in this. Really, dust is not the biggest concern in this project. There's a ton of dust around here, so the fans are howling on the computer right now, so I know I'm going to get graded more on this one. So oh, no credit card, no wallet. Yeah, we shouldn't do that anyways. I'd be getting all kinds of charges, wouldn't I? If I got that's nearby, it would make a good edge for that. Besides the back of that knife might. Hey. Oh, there we go. And it's adding extra scuffing at the same time. That's a pretty intrusive endoscope, but you know, for those heavy days. Switched. Oh man. All right. Which one do you want? Over top, or do you want the me edition? But thank you, Chris. I'm new at this. And yes, they really have to add the producer option to StreamYard so somebody else can handle that part. Okay, take it easy. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in. Wrong one. How about that one? It's my first day. I didn't get my picture taken waiting for the bus or anything. Is everybody's kids in their areas back to school now? Ours went back about a week ago. So up here, they started to put cameras on the outside of the bus to catch people that go past the stop sign with the flashing lights. And another one inside the buses to keep an eye on things. So that should be interesting to see how long that works. That's weird. It's really weird. But good. Let's keep trying things around here until I hit something good. Ooh, better not use that. It's got a bad edge on it. Yeah, this thing. I'm gonna have to find a better way to do the headset thing. It interferes with the glasses. I really need those. I feel like this is the part that I should probably spend some real time on. Yeah, I don't know where there's a squeegee in the house. It didn't come with one. It would have been nice. Did yours come with any? Laminate roller. No wife. She lives farther away, but rolling pin would be smart. I don't think I own one. I don't bake. I do own one of those. For the next one, I'll try and find the roller. I've got one for the vinyl printing stuff that I bought. I don't know if it's strong enough to lean on it enough to do this though, to get enough force on it. This would work better if it was flat. I used a credit card when I did the PEI sheet. See if there's anything good off camera that I can use. Of course not. So I moved everything out of the way for this. Oh well. Guess I better really try not to get a bubble right in the middle of their logo. That would be kind of an insult. I have a feeling once this heats up, it's just going to bubble up like crazy anyways. Yeah, credit cards are upstairs. I'll be better prepared for the next one of these I got to do. I got a couple more. Oh, that was good. Is there a protective film? Oh, okay. I thought I just ripped the thing back up and I caught the edge. But there's a protective thin plastic stuff on it, I assume. Yeah, okay, thank you. Didn't know about that part. Didn't watch that part of the video to study up tonight. It's not doing bad. See, these are useful. And yes, I bought them because they were orange. They fit the rhyme scheme. And I've already misplaced one for a few weeks now. So. Yeah. You know what? Well, it probably wouldn't bother me as much, but some people would really be bothered if they paid to have it applied and then there was bubbles in it. Remember when everybody wanted to have the film applied to their iPads and that when the iPads were still new? And I know we had a couple at work, and I tried to put one on, and it was Bubble City, and I was like, I'm not doing another one. My boss wanted one. I was like, okay, and got them to do it. They had bubbles all over it too, so paying them didn't really help at all. But didn't complain too much, so that was good. I doubt I did a better job than you did, Ryan. Nobody wants to jump in on StreamYard? Send me a note on Twitter. I won't post it in the public one like I did earlier today when I did the test, because reminds me I gotta make that one hidden later tonight. Yeah, what if these bubbles I'm chasing are between the protective film and the PEX sheet? That would suck. All right. I put this back in and I try and level the bed. Let's see how rusty I am at that. I haven't leveled a bed by hand in months, because thankfully my CR10s they've just been good, and I use them, and I'm spoiled by the Pruses, so. That would be cool. Yeah, one of the, I think how many years ago that was, 20 some odd anyways, let's say 25 to pick a number. We had a machine for laminating the covers for reports, and it had 2 big pinch rollers on it. It would be great for this. Just line it up and feed it in. All right. Look at that. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a little crooked, but good enough for me. Oh, yeah. I have to worry about making noise. My dog, her hearing's pretty much gone, so unless I do a real high-pitched whistle, that gets her attention, but otherwise she doesn't hear a lot, so. Never mind, I know. Yeah, we're all good. Yeah, there's bubbles in there. But I got a feeling that once I heat it up, it's going to be even worse. So that's what happened with PEI. I'm envisioning it with purple glue stick on it anyway, so. To me, the flex plate is the best part. The printing surface is secondary to me. All right, take it easy. Thanks a lot, Chris. Enjoy your movie. What are you watching tonight? Guarantee it's something I haven't seen. Yeah, Robbie Mack would be great at this. He's probably got the magic liquids to float them and everything. And I'm going to say that sheet is a little bit bigger than the plate because I'm pretty close to the edge over here and got quite a bit overhang on the left. But anyway. Why everybody on the big screen at Chris's house? All right, enough of that. Just for look. All right. So you can do now. Yeah, I might trim mine later. Did you make little like a plastic bumper to put on the back of the bed so that you could line it up easier? It's not going anywhere. Yeah, the person that designed this should have thought about putting the two thumb screws for leveling the bed at the front where you can get at them easier and put one at the back so you only have to go back there into the awkward places once in a while. You need to IPA. Really? Well, it's happening in place now. More paper towels, another tree. Someone squirted on the keyboard yet, so I guess that makes sense. Maybe this is the reason I use purple glue a lot. Yeah, when I was because I haven't used this in a while, so I had to make up a quick I brought it down here. A quick test print design, just centipede to put on this to test it once I get it set up again to check for level. And all I found was all these different things for every different, several different machines on Thingiverse. Little clips they made to go to the back, clip here and clip there. Like, yeah, because again, Prusa's spoiled and it just has those two little pins. You just hit against those and drop it and you're good to go. Good, I did bring it for later. And yes, I did play Pong on this one. It has Pong built in. Back before when I played with it. Anything else I should do before I give it power and run the bet at least 70 for now? All right. Linus cat tips, really? That Linus? All right, here goes. Boom, lights out. No, it's not a 3D Maker noob stream. Oh, you mean 70 degrees, like instead of 60, like or 50 or whatever I normally do? I'll have to try and adjust it because I did not set that in Simplify. Yeah, I had to go back to Simplify 3D. I was kind of in a hurry and did not have time to go and fiddle and make up a new profile in Prusa Slicer, which I'm getting used to slowly. Okay, thanks, Ron. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping in. Haven't seen you in a while, so that's cool. Thanks. Carl's here. Hey, Carl. How are you this fine and glorious evening? Why are we praying to the 3D printing gods for this project or something you're doing? Yeah. I use Simplify like almost ever since I got started. It was about my second printer, I think. I probably bought it, second or third one. And it's been great up until, the last 6 months, year or so. And now that Prusa Slicer is coming along, I've been playing with that. Stuff comes off, I just use more glue stick. I'm just kidding. All right. Good. That's good news, Carl. Hate it when it releases early. Oh, okay. Pray. All right, I gotcha. Yeah, there's a few things I'm not wild about in Prusa Slicer. And it may just be something I haven't managed to take the time to sit down and figure out yet. But whenever you have supports, it does these little really fine squiggly grid, like not grid, just squiggles, parallel lines, like to hold the base of the support. And they're about, I don't know, an eighth of an inch bigger than the base of the support. And they're so fine that on the flex plates, you got to basically scrape them off by hand because they don't have enough oomph there, to, like enough material to it to work against the flex. So, and sometimes it puts vertical supports where it doesn't need any at all. But then I've found that there's the thing where you can mask it, or I forget what they call it, but you put a block there and it'll get rid of them. Because a couple of things I printed, like the clips for the overhead cam here and that to clip it onto the drop ceiling. It kept putting these vertical pieces, and I was like supports for nothing. A piece was totally vertical. So, but I just had to I found a video, I'll watch it again, and try it. Okay, what else have I forgot before I try playing with this? Now I have an open window in the middle of my screen. Really? They won't let you push it into the bed at all? I'm not going to send it yet. I'm going to level the bed first. Yeah, I have to work on that too. All right, how about maintenance? It can take me a minute. I don't remember where anything is. Oh, it's going to take me through the process of adjusting my build plate. Huh. Continue. Get the piece of fake tube out of here. Send it. Oh, funny. Yeah. I guess I should be ready to pull the plug, eh? Yeah, maybe that'd be a good idea. I think if he just goes and bends the bed. You guys see that or not? Or is my fat head in the way? That's funny. Rotate the button until the nozzle is a millimeter away from the build plate. Really? Millimeter, huh? Again, not a metric kid. I gotta eyeball that. Sorry, my head's in the way. Let's start there. I love the park cooling fan on this. It's got a micro Swiss hot end on it, and the cooling fan is kind of off to one side almost. Yeah, it's a little close. Yeah, it's on springs. It'll bend. Turn the left build plate screw until the nozzle is a millimeter away from the build plate. I could probably go get feeler gauges for this, but you know, this is so much more fun. I think it's reflective. Yeah, close enough to a millimeter. Can't reach in that way. Close enough. Close enough. Clear the comments. Why? Did I say something bad? All right. Say, why aren't we using paper for this? Look, how convenient. Paper. Carl's still at the bottom. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean by Carl's still at the bottom? Oh, over there. Oh, I'm like, the what? Oh, the comments from StreamYard. I gotta go back up and find it. There, let's put you there. And then I can get rid of that. That's easier. Because scrolling back up to find it. Yeah. No. Okay, thank you. Had me confused there for more than a minute. Yeah, I've done this before. I think in the millimeter, yeah, StreamYarding solo is hard. I think for tomorrow night for their chat, I'll have some more ideas of, now that I've actually used it a few times, that in testing and live, that I'll have a few ideas for things. Like, yeah, a button to clear the comments, so you have to scroll back up and look for. I guess if you're really on top of it, you're a full-time mouse jockey. But when you're using it for stuff like this, it's kind of it's tough because your concentration's away and back and forth. And they brought that up to them a few times, but most of the people that use this are just doing their own thing, and they're doing just chat time that I've seen so far. But for our community, it's kind of important to have the important to have it, so you can kind of look away and look back, and it doesn't kind of get out of control. Yeah, I got a set of feeler gauges in the other room. Just didn't plan that far ahead. Most of this stuff only got put here this week, so I need. Their town hall streams are good. They seem to be really listening to everybody. And I'm not saying that because I got a free account, because I did and I paid for mine, but they they really seem to be attentive and like learning how people use it different. I mean, I'm pretty sure this product started as a replacement for using, like, for doing Skype meetings or Zoom or any of those, person to person, more of a business type environment. And then with streaming on top of that, and small groups and things like that. But I mean, this product, for what it does, replaces the webinar features in a lot of the more expensive products like Zoom and WebEx and things like that. Like, they charge extra for the ability to do a webinar. Well, you could do a webinar from this, and you could have people, if you had people that were going to ask questions from the audience, you could have them, send their make a request, but you'd have to have somebody else helping you. It would be hard to do on your own. You need the producer mode or co-host mode or whatever you want to call it for that. So they could line up people in the queue to ask questions, to jump on camera and ask questions. I think it would do fine for that. But, that's another, forget what it is, $40, $50 a month for Zoom to do that, because we use it at work. But we don't do the webinar thing. So yeah, I think StreamYard's it'll get there. As long as the two guys doing it don't just totally burn out and have meltdowns. So I've heard that there might be another person working for them now, but it's still the two that you only ever see in, like, on streams and that so far. So yeah, our work switched to Zoom 6 months ago, and it's nice, and people seem to be able to handle it. We always found with Skype, every time they'd use it, and then they wouldn't use it for a few weeks or a month. They'd go back and they couldn't remember how to set anything up and couldn't get it to work right, and their password would change, and because Microsoft's good for that. And it was always seemed to be a struggle, where Zoom, either they're not using it all or they're just using it's working. So, and Zoom's biggest cool factor for us at work is you could use it from mobile devices as well. So if we had somebody out in a job site that had to attend a meeting, they could still drop in on their phone and participate. So that was kind of an extra selling point for us, because we got people all over the planet. All right, repeat this for the right corner. I already did that. Well, I don't know. That plate is flexing an awful lot. I don't know about this. Should I be brave and just do it? Start a print and see what happens. Wow. When it zeros, it just bends the snot out of that corner of the plate. What's advanced do? LED settings, I don't care about that. Can I just... Oh, okay. That's not what I want. How about we cancel that because I don't even know what I clicked. I'm looking for the an option to just bring the head down to 0, you know, like normal. I think that would be under maintenance. Only got 3 options on this thing, so build plate I think just lets... Really? No, just gonna do the level again. But it did the level, it was fine. It's kind of bizarre. No, there's no home option in any of this. Advanced. There has to be just something like that. Move material. Lower build plate. That'll take it right out. Raise build plate. On the head. Let's see what that does. Not enough. Oh, yeah. Wow. I know. I should have read the book on this one, shouldn't I? That's not even tight, so maybe that's part of it. Maybe I'll just do it my own way for a minute here. I take it down a ways and redo the thing again. Good job, Carl. Come on. There it is. I'm going to crank this down. I don't want to put it hot, warm, hot in through the PEX plate, really. It's going to be lower than where it thought it was. Probably not much. All right. Springs all look to be down, compressed more. Hopefully not too much. All right, let's try their thing again. Build plate. Now that millimeter thing, but now, okay, now how is that going to work? Can you guys see how far away that is? They're like, raise it until it's within a millimeter. Come on. It's like half an inch. Of course it's messing with me. It's the way it works. So if I loosen that, it's just going to be free floating again. What if I tell it it's at 1 millimeter now? I don't see another Z0 setting on this. Haven't even hit the limit switch for it yet. It's way up there. It's about 1/2 inch out. Go figure. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. Never mind. Helps if I use this printer more often. No, it's not that. I just got it sets the 0 internally. I think last time I just had it to. I didn't have the springs compressed enough. That's why they say about 1 millimeter. You've only got to be close at this point. Yeah. No, I just need to learn how to use the printer better. You can tell it's making contact right now because when I go to hit the thumb screws here, they're loose. Because I was thinking about making spacers to make the bed solid, but you really can't with this. Not yet. Now we do the sheet of paper. I gotta let it back up again. Can you see my brain saying this way's tighter, this way's looser? That magic sound. If it bends the plate again this time, we're just going to give it a shot. And I won't be using packs. Yeah. My first printer, second, whatever, third printer, I printed one of those little things with the little arrow going up and down. And then I stood there and went, so I'm moving the bed up and down, or am I moving it up and down relative to the head? And I just gave up. And eventually it got misplaced, and that was the end of that story. That's better. We didn't bend the plate as bad that time. That's better. All right. Here comes the commercial. Closest thing you'll get to a commercial today. Don't hate your relatives, Matt. How's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Here's today's commercial. Today we will be printing with 3D printing. Oh, not even looking at the right camera. How bad is that? Today we're printing with 3D Printing Canada Select PLA Light Orange. It was on sale. I bought like 6 rolls of it one day. And they had dark orange. Bought a bunch of that too. And blue and pink. So it's like less than $15 Canadian a roll. I was like, all right. If any of you aren't familiar with the way, ooh, nice that it's breaking already. Oh yeah, I don't know how long this one sat out on the last machine it was on, but it's feeling pretty brittle right now. Not a good commercial. Sorry, 3D Printing Canada. They're really good guys. They're the closest store to me here that I can actually walk in and buy anything except really overpriced, crappy old filament, which we have a local store that does. And I don't care if they don't like me. But 3D Printing Canada is great. They're about 20 minutes away from where I work, and 40 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe, 45 minutes at least from here. But so when I go there, I tend to get a bunch of stuff. Yes, today's show and every day's show is brought to you by the color orange, whether it's obnoxious orange or I guess I should switch. Whether it's obnoxious orange or light orange. Yeah, there's gonna be a problem with that. We'll be cutting this tube for today. We'll just do the shorter piece. When I set the printer down on the table this afternoon, I pinched the piece of tube under it, the somewhat feeder tube. I'll get a longer piece. I got more. I'll put a longer piece on it later. For today, this will have to do. All right. Oh, not yet. Material. Hello. Yeah, okay. Well, I can't remove the material that isn't in there. Says it. Oh, it's heating. It says it waiting. Need to learn to read. Sideways. Orange. Team Orange. I know. You guys should be playing Glenn's bingo game here. I say most of the same things. Yeah, I don't know what like $12, $15 Canadian is in US. I'm sure I'm going to find out when I have to buy money to go to Earth in a couple of weeks. I'll go and convert. I'll say I want 500,000, whatever I decide to take to have extra money in case something goes wrong with the car on the way. And they'll say, yeah, that'll be like $1,400 for 1,000. It's probably 30% right now. No, they probably don't have medium orange, but I have a lot of different shades of orange. Not 50 shades of orange, but a lot of shades of orange. Yeah, I buy a lot of orange. Yeah, not much rhymes with orange. Morning, 3D Gusner, 5 a.m. Go back to sleep, man. This isn't worth staying up for. But if you have to be up at 5 a.m., I guess I'm glad you stopped in to say hi. Yeah, we have to buy money to go to the States. Yeah. Yeah, I like when I'm down there, I'll use credit cards a lot, but you get dinged harder when you because they add another fee on top at the credit card for stuff like that, and my debit cards don't work down there half the time. So tried to buy hockey tickets one time over the phone with or online with a credit card, and that was a nightmare. But it worked out eventually. But yeah, I'll use plastic when I'm down there just for convenience. But I like to have cash just in case something goes wrong or the cards don't work. Otherwise, you kind of stand there and you've had a meal and you have no cash. It's kind of bad. So, and you never know what I might want to buy at Earth. There might be something to buy there. I didn't spend as much money at Murph as I thought. I came home with cash from there. I expected to buy stuff there, but I stopped myself from buying things there. So, okay, what's it telling me now? Remove the material. Sure. Let's just say we did. Insert new material from the backside of your machine above the arrow. Yeah, okay, I don't even know where the arrow is, but I can feel it doing something. How it'll do with that being shorter than it should be. Can I move it? It's just taped on here with electrical tape, so I'm thinking I can move it up a bit and get it a bit closer. It's just a guide. It doesn't have a clip or anything in the top of this, which is kind of weird, but yeah, I could buy a Philodry. Is that the thing that was dissected on a stream one day? Stream in Florida. Is that guy actually going to be there again? $413. Wow, England? Guessing. Oh, he's not on the flyer anymore? Wise man. And I don't even care if he got his deposit back or anything, if he was going to go. Okay. Yeah, I hope he's not there because he'll just have a bad show. You know, I know it's a Canadian thing in me that feels sorry for the guy a little bit, but, you know, he made a product that really doesn't do what it said it does and then sat it in front of the vultures, basically. And, you know, if he took that to a maker fair, he'd sell a bunch of them and nobody'd know that it didn't work well. But he took it to Murph in front of, you know, all the hardcore 3D printing community. And what do you think was going to happen, you know? Good guess on the time, eh? Oh, look, a little orange pile of yuck. You can't see because it's too far away. Move this one closer. How's that? Bad for now? Yeah, it's still oozing crap out. Is it still turning? Oh, it is. I guess I'm supposed to tell it to stop. Yeah, it came out. Sure, we'll call it PLA for now. You dare go down there and squish that. Yeah, never do that, kids. Safety first. I don't have one of those shirts yet. Okay. There you go. Helps you out. I don't know if I'd be brave enough to add it to my cart. With my luck, somehow they just charged my card before I even said okay. He's got to make his money back somehow. Yeah, that Wizard's Voodoo is going to sell quick if they have. Are they taking like more than just show and tell spools to the show? Do you know? Because that's one thing that was a disappointment, but I expected there would be more stuff for sale at Murph. Now, I bought some stuff at E3D's booth. I couldn't afford a mosquito at the time. Well, didn't want to spend the money on a mosquito at the time because I still wouldn't have used it. I bought a roll of Atomic because it was a cool, really deep cherry red. Got some stuff from Printed Solid, but that was about it. Yeah. Jake from State Farm knows a secret. We like secrets. All right, so what am I doing here? Return, print. Let's do the level test and see how bad this thing is. This file will override. Yeah, okay. How am I gonna tune? Build plate temperature. Hey, I can override the build plate temperature. I wonder how long it'll keep it. You guys said 70 is good? I think you said 70. $70, right, Ryan? Yeah, I don't remember if when I bought the Atomic, like what the price was. I just saw a guy almost right across from their booth, just down on the end there, and he was printing this really dark cherry color. I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. Get some of that. Turns out, isn't it one of the colors they use for the? Oh man, blank. Printers that everybody was buying and building there last year. Oh, American Warehouse, that's good. Yeah, they'd have to open a Canadian warehouse for me. Shipping is painful to get stuff shipped up here. Not as bad as Australia. We're better off than them. But what filaments does Filamentum make? Are they the Vertigo Galaxy and those? Gonna do something again. What's on now? Well, it's heating. Says it's going to take 3 hours. I don't think it's going to take 3 hours. Better not take 3 hours. Who makes Vertigo Galaxy and Vertigo Gray and I'd look it up, but I just have to open more windows. Okay, Filamentum. All right. Yeah, I've got some of theirs. Up here, we buy it through filaments.ca, Ron's favorite place. They're just farther away from me. And they have free shipping when you buy enough stuff. So, yeah, I got some of theirs. Haven't used it yet, but I got it. And a red from them. But next red I want to use is the Chaos Cortec red. I bought a roll of that when it was on Protopasta's special run there. I bought the others too. I bought the Sean's Cotton Candy and Chelsea's Unicorn Blue, Periwinkle, whatever color it's called. I can't remember. Must be 3 hours. Oh, that's interesting. It's just pouring out a bunch of goop. It's interesting. It's weird. Okay. You guys probably can't. Okay, hold on. You still can't see it, can you? Hold still. Here, I'll switch you back to here for a minute so you don't get totally seasick here. This thing would come in handy one day. That better or worse? This doesn't hit it and knock the camera off. Powder Puff Unicorn, thank you. It's over there. I could reach over and check. I was looking at it yesterday. I was like, Yes, Polyalchemy is like at least double the price of anything normal around here. I only bought the little sample pack of that, and they go surprisingly far because I only try little things on it. But I save them for special stuff. I'm going to use some for a project this weekend still, but only a little bit of it. I'm not even watching to see if it's actually doing anything. No, it's not doing nothing. So I'm doing this. So when I miss live Z adjustment. Yeah, the polyalchemy does print really nice. Using my high-tech method of just feeling to see how thick the line is. So this is going to take 2 hours to do this one. I'm not going to wait that long, so because this is just lines to test it. I don't plan on waiting 2 hours. Oh, a lot of junk in here. It's just a 1 millimeter wide serpentine, like centipede looking thing. See, this is where I don't like having 3 points on a bed because the corners aren't kind of working square like they're supposed to be because it's not gripping. So. Didn't do the outer the skirt type piece. Huh. Oh well. That's how we learn. It's not quite printing out right now. Oops. Yeah, you never want to count up how much you spent on any of this stuff. Trust me, you don't want to. Never a good idea. Wow. Not a great line, but kind of doing what it's supposed to ish. Unless this, oh, this probably is the outline. I'm wondering why it has these weird kind of angled corners. Maybe this is the skirt. Should do 3 passes. They'd let you do the skirts with just as the outside before it starts, but John Mack's back. How's dinner? Yeah, steel wool. I think I'll pick up some more steel wool next time I'm in the orange store. Not the blue store, it's too far away. The orange store is less than 10 minutes from my house. Oh, sorry. Is it making your ears bleed, Carl? When I was doing one of my sound tests earlier today, the batteries died in the middle of it. I went on for like 15 minutes trying different things, trying to get the timing right. Yeah, rookie. So, yeah. Why doesn't YouTube's chat default to live chat instead of top chat? How does it decide what the top chat is? I'm sure, it's one of their algorithms. Yeah, I gotta make a mute button. Yeah, when Joe did the velocity prints, they were pretty cool. I'm not even looking at the print, see what it's doing. You'll tell me if it screws up, right? And the old filament hasn't snapped yet. That's a good start. Doesn't sound that bad from here, but yeah, when I got this, it came with at least two different cooling fan arrangements that doesn't look like they'd ever been installed. Looks like they were printed, but you never put them on because, yeah, the cooling fan on this is one side and it barely hits the nozzle. So I have to work on that too. But now that it's actually going to be usable again, because I can only print things that were about, you know, 2 inches by 3 inches because of the rips in the bed when I got it. It was a fair price though. It was a good deal. I went through a period there where I bought used printers almost because I felt bad for them because they were going to throw. One guy was going to throw out a Da Vinci one time. He had it on one of the local buy and sell things like Craigslist, only safer. For I don't know what he wanted, like $500 for it, and I just bookmarked it. And a month later, he dropped it to like 300, and I was like, yeah, it's still kind of a lot for a Da Vinci that I only wanted the enclosure from because I was trying to do some stuff that needed more temperature control at that point. And then one night he dropped it to like $100, and I was like, done. I drove 3 quarters of an hour and picked it up, and it almost worked when I brought it home. I never got to play with it yet. Had some other family stuff get in the way, but it they'd done some extra wiring on it too, and either cooked one of the steppers or something. It would two axes moved and the third one didn't. It just but it made noise, so you never know. They'd done something wrong. Aww. Jealous that you got to go to Prague Maker Fair. I think that would be cool. The building it was in looked cool. I would like to have been in Iceland this weekend too, where Martin's been streaming. It was the Da Vinci. I think it's the one. I don't know. I think I say it's the beige one. You would know them. You know them well. I know when I picked it up, I asked Chuck a couple things about it, and then I felt bad because I got stuck doing other stuff and other things got in the way, and it's been sitting in the corner for quite a while upstairs. But the main reason I bought it at the time is that it's a big enclosure. I figure I could almost sit another printer, just take all the guts out of it and just sit another one inside and just use the enclosure part for $100 Canadian, $100, so like $75 American, but which is cheaper than an enclosure. Yeah, I will, Carl, if I ever get around to it. It's going to be a while. I got a long list of projects. I've got I've got a Getek A10M still in the box. It was like an impulse buy. The I got an MMU. Well, technically, I have an MMU 1, which I'll never install because everybody had too much trouble with those. An MMU 2 that's in the box. Um, huh, infill. Um, upgrades, upgrades for Mark 3s and Mark 2. Whatever upgrade is for the Mark 2, it gives you the flex bed for it. 2.5 is it? 2.5S? I don't know. There's a lot of things. There's a palette that I'd really like to get running before Earth so that I can ask them questions about it when I'm there, even though they're only an hour and a half away from me. Yeah, Martin's his interview with Prusa was funny. Joe Prusa seems like he's always a good interview with people. I've never seen him really have a really bad interview. He's always kind of loose and cool about it. So I wish every CEO was like that and was out in the public like he is. He is the face of the company, but it's kind of cool that he still goes to events like that. He seems to really enjoy them. Yeah, I pay attention when it starts making weird. I'm going fast noises all of a sudden. At least nothing seems to have jumped off the bed yet, so you guys will tell me if something bad happens. I'm not really watching it that much. I know. You know what I found lately though? I'm not the only one. I'm not the only person with stuff in boxes. A lot of people have got at least one or two things that they've had for a while they haven't done anything with. But now that I have a place to set up and work on them and have people hang out while I'm doing it, I'll do more projects and get more of my stuff running. I got rep boxes to build too. We're on the list. I've got a list on my phone. It's a long list. Yeah, I like that idea too with doing the Prusa site and use it as a place to arrange meetups, local meetups. I think that's a good idea, and I hope that he supports those, to some degree as well. Yes, I went to the pallet meetup with Joel. Yep, yep, I was there. Talked to Sean for a while. Talked to Joel for a bit. Um, it was cool, but I was kind of hoping that they were bringing everybody there to announce a new product or to announce some. They didn't announce the canvas. It came out like a week or so after, week or two after. Like Joel did a video on it there, and that came out a week or so later. But I kind of thought they would have talked about that when we were there, but didn't even mention it, and nobody asked. So I didn't want to cause trouble. I know a room full of mostly Canadians, so nobody wanted to ask some hard questions. But it was fun. It was a good night. Seems to be working. Um, Yeah. That didn't sound right. It's not working. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the spool hanging on the back, but um right now there's 4 total cameras running off this. Um Over the last few weeks I've been trying different setups and asking people for advice. Everybody's been very helpful, and had a few people jump in and help me out to double check everything, make sure things are working. Did one earlier today, and John Mack and Ryan were there for that. At least I'm not sure who else was there that's in here now. But yeah, there's 4 cameras. Running XSplit because I said a lot of bad words when I was using OBS. I couldn't get more than 2 cameras to work with OBS. I could not get, like, there's 2 C920s, Logitech C920s here. This one right here, and another one overhead. And they just, I could not. I did all kinds of research. Tried this, used this, renamed this. Too much hassle. And then somebody else was testing their having some video issues with their streaming setup, and I just jumped in because he posted he was going to try it out, so I just jumped in. It was what's it start with? It's San Antonio. Anyways, um, they he was trying his stuff out one night about a week ago, and he'd given up on OBS and had switched to XSplit. And I always thought XSplit was really expensive, but it's like $5 a month. I can relieve a lot of stress for $5 a month over using OBS. For me, OBS works great for some people, but for me, it just did not want to go. It couldn't handle more than 2 cameras at a time, and it couldn't handle the 2 Logitechs. And then the micro close-up camera was, if I can get it to work, great. If not, oh well. But yeah, I don't think he's a 3D printing person. He's somebody that Nolan Creates knows. Nolan's from down there. He was here earlier. Shoot, I forget what they're called. It's more of a geek show. I should remember their name. Um, I heard do this on here. I think nothing gets allowed here. Yeah, I'm live streaming. Can I get to my list? But yeah, they were very helpful, and they kind of put me onto that. And I know that Matt from 3D PCH, he uses XSplit as well. So I started playing with that, and it just works. I added a couple of cheap $20 USB 3.0 2-port PCIe cards, so that each camera has its own card now, not just front and back ports hoping they're on a different bus, any of that. Just each one has its separate card, and it seems to have helped a lot of that. Still having trouble with the Elgato HD60S with the Lumix camera. I'm not getting the quality I want out of it, but I'll play with that over time. Shorter version, 4 cameras. Never gonna find them on here. How could you be mad at Ryan? He's like Canada. I'll pay for that. Yeah, I'm never gonna find them this way. Oh, because you ruined your secret. I said you're. Sorry about that. Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Hey, go figure. Yeah, it must have caught the edge. That's right. Before we end up with a big ball. So the bed's kind of flat. Man, these menus are touchy. Board. Well, it probably kind of works. It's kind of flat. Close enough. Probably closer than any of my other printers. I only had one printer that was not really very flat, and that was the M3D Micro. The bed on it is only like what 4 inches square, 3 inches square, and it was not flat. So I just did everything with a raft. Squished it into the plate, did a raft, worked fine. Not like I was wasting a lot of plastic because everything was only this big. All right, thanks a lot, Gustner. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this pretty soon. Now that I've had a kind of a success getting the plate on and it worked and the plate didn't fall off, so that's good. Kind of flat, probably works. Good enough for me. Okay, Kit. Thanks for stopping in. Good night. Who else is bailing? I gotta keep watching here. This is one of the ones we have to let it cool before we try and get the stuff to come off that just fell off on its own. You're recommending that I should scuff the daylights out of it with the steel wool. Never put your hands inside the printer. Yeah. Should blue tape it. Use the llama method. It's only 70 degrees. It's not hot. I don't know what the temperature rating is for this green stuff, though. It's still pretty warm. I know. I don't have a... Yeah, it came up in that corner, which is also the corner where it was skipping before, so I may not have it quite level there. I have to do a little bit more there. But yeah, I'll hit it again with the... Hey, it comes off easy. Should autograph that. Yeah, he's moved on to blue fake tack, right? Isn't he a fan of the blue stuff? Suppose you're going to tell me I have to use isopropyl on this again. Hey, it was trying. I'll scuff it up some more. We'll just try a test print and see how it goes. May not be hanging around to watch it, though. I'm going to have to make another trip to Costco and buy more isopropyl. Oh, technically, I got a lot of machines that are winning, including ones that are in boxes right now. So I'm not living up to my name very well. But I'll get there. Got to have goals. Can't always win. I'm not letting them win. I'm choosing not to fight. How's that? I know. It's not the right thing. I don't know. It doesn't seem to be doing a lot. I think we need some grittier steel wool, maybe. And I've taken on my pick your machine battles. Gotta sleep sometime. The on the resin printer, I have two of them. One plate sticks okay, and the other one doesn't. So I was in there. I was all masked and everything, gloved up. So I just took the little yellow Olfa knife, one of these to it, and just scratched the daylights out of it. And it looked great after that. So I don't print things flat on the bed anyway. So, and I bought sandpaper since then to do a better job, but right now it's sitting there wet. I'll clean it up tomorrow. I wonder how many days you can leave resin just sitting there in the machine before it eats its way through. One of them's been down for sitting there for a week, I think. Time is it? Almost midnight here. Yeah, a few more minutes and I'll start this up. And then be brave and go to sleep. Maybe bring one of the Wise cams over and throw on it so I can keep an eye on it for a bit before I go to bed. All right. Here we go. No, I didn't put a Benchy on here. It's a what did I put on here? Oh, a little test print from a 3D Kit Bash. Don't see much of them anymore. They were company did a bunch of little cool little test prints and stuff, and yeah, Viking 6 a.m. Yeah, you should hit some. Okay, I'm putting the IPA on. Yeah, you should probably get some sleep, sir. Thanks for coming in. If you're heading out, and as I'm looking at the screen, not what I'm doing. Yeah, 6 a.m. is breakfast time. I'm gonna move some furniture tomorrow, or yeah, tomorrow still. So in the morning. Advantage of having a trailer. Oh, it's not as shiny since I hit it with that. Yeah, I'm going to have to make that little back piece because this is easy to line up when I can reach back here with my other hand to do it. But once it's, that bed's still at temperature. Just, you know. I know, but I liked it when it was shiny. All right, let's go back and try that again. Then we go to tune. Build plate temperature. You said 70. Return. I think I've had enough fun with this. I'm going to put the... Okay. Hi, Tom. Oh, there we go. Thomas. Have a good evening. Or have a good morning. Or get some sleep, man. Sounds like I could use some. Yeah, I set it to 70. Yeah, it's heating up the other part, but yeah. So for 70. Might help the bed too if I get this back on. No cross breezes. Close the door. That would be good. That was a little stop to stop that door from going in, but yeah, now I have to learn everybody's names better. I think I'll end up with a cheat sheet for a while. Bingo sheet. Usually when I can't remember somebody's name, I just call them George. Doesn't matter if they're men or women. Just George. I feel bad though. Some of them I should know, but I don't have to refer to people by their first names when I'm typing, so it doesn't really matter. I just click their name and do it that way. Get me putting the tools back where they belong. Yeah, there aren't many Georges, so it's a safe one to use. I've used it since I was in high school. Steal little bits. Blades out of the way so I don't stab myself. I have pieces of tape on my walls too. They're marking the studs so I can decide whether to hang stuff there or not. It's green tape though, not blue. I was just about to get impatient. Why does it do that? I'm gonna have to check my settings in S3D because that just throws out a blob of filament. Like purges the nozzle sitting still. It usually moves for that, so it's a good chance that the when I think about it, that the basic start routine for this is probably from something bigger, like CR10 or something. So it's trying to print out in space, so it thinks it's there, but it's not. Yeah, nozzle dribble only gets worse as you get older, man. Something to look forward to for all of us. Wow. And everything's gonna screw up. This is just one of their test prints that they like a not a torture test, but just a test that everything's working print. I think I bought this set of objects back when they were first around. These are the people that if you don't know 3D Kit Bash, they did the I think Joel did the one with the ghost where it sticks out the tongue, does that other thing, prints all in one, and then it was one of the first times that I saw prints that you printed like a lot of theirs were like that. You printed them in place, and then they had a joint in them, so you just snapped it loose a bit, and they were great. Oh, show us the top cam. Sorry, have to reinstall the top cam. I do this a lot. I probably have to get something better to hold this so it doesn't vibrate off there. That one. It's the best I can do today. Now I get it going. Now it's right in front of it. I'll work on that. Wrong way. Nah, it's not gonna work. It's short enough. Reach. Yeah, I should mount another arm over here. Mount it off the wall or whatever. Chris, Practical Printing suggested that I think the other day to get a mic arm. There are a few of them around. My kid does music stuff, so there's a few of them around. I could probably snag one for a while and try it. But most of my printers aren't this style, so I'll have to work on that. You can kind of see it from there a bit. I already have a camera hanging from the ceiling, but it's just on plastic printed things with GoPro nuts and handles on them so that I can adjust the length and the angle, but I can't turn it that way. All right, folks, I think I'm going to call it a wrap for now. I hear my dog prancing around upstairs. She's probably got to go talk to nature outside. And she's really good, but I don't want to push it. And I think we're quite warm enough for this. What temperature is this, anyways? Yeah, I don't like that it doesn't give you a readout of what the settings are on it, what the temperatures are. Okay, glad to help out. Carl, thanks for coming. Thanks for your help. Mr. Buttram, thanks for your help as well. And thanks to everybody else that's here that's still lurking-ish. I don't even know how many people. How many people are still here? I can't see anywhere on mine. Doesn't Oh, 9. There we go. Oh, it says 9 here. StreamYard says 9. What do they know? 6 sounds more like it. Anyways, thanks a lot, everyone. See you again another time, and be safe and have fun. 3D Vince, there you are. Thank you. Thanks for coming out. Calling it a night before I knock this camera off or my dog has an accident. Okay, thanks everyone. Have a good weekend.